So for people that are not familiar with your studies on phase feeding, I know you touched a little bit already, but if you can give us some highlights there.
Yeah, so we were able to compare what was the impact of feeding from 4 phases down to 1 phase during the growth finish period, and that would be 25 to 125 kilograms of body weight. And we noticed that there was no difference in performance and carcass characteristics if we decrease from 4 to 3 or 2 phases. In our studies, it seemed like the 1 phase feeding program decreased their body weight and their growth rate a little too much, that they were not able to catch up. It could be the levels of lysine that we were using, or other environmental factors. We conducted all those trials under commercial research conditions, so that could be one factor.
Right. I would say I would also add the market weight, right? I think Australia folks have a lighter pig at marketing.
That could be another thing, definitely. So we were able to see that using lysine levels set at the requirement and also is likely below the requirement. So every time that we have a longer phase, and in the case of the 2-phase feeding program, we defined the longer phase earlier. So it would be the very first phase would be a longer phase from 60 to 160 pounds, for example. And we would have essentially, so people understand, when you design a phase, you have all your nutrient requirements set to the average body weight, right? So you're going to have pigs starting that phase a little bit deficient in their nutrients. And then when they're finishing up that phase, they're going to get nutrients above their requirements, right? And that's essentially the concept of compensatory growth, if you think about it. So we're allowing within a longer phase for pigs to have a slower period of growth and then a more efficient period of growth, exploring compensatory growth. And that was exactly what we started seeing when we were feeding those pigs for a longer period of time with the same diet. They would compensate right after. And when we were comparing to a 4-phase feeding program, that sometimes in 1 phase they were getting the exact same diet, they were growing faster than the pigs that were in a 4-phase feeding program, which led them to get to exact same overall average daily gain and final body weight. And I think that was the fascinating part of the phase feeding program.